One of the most underrated aspects of production is actually one of the most important. People will forgive a bad edit or a crew member's arm in a shot, but if the sound is bad, viewers will shut you down faster than my phone after it says low battery. But don't worry, we'll help make audio and sound design crystal clear on today's WD Creator Series. Hey everybody, I'm Curtis Kingsley and welcome to the WD Creator Series. Whether you're working on a feature film or just goofing off with a short video, capturing clean audio is critical. There's nothing worse than your host delivering the perfect lines, only to find out that the mic dropped down his shirt and the only thing that was recorded was his stomach grumbling. In fairness to me, they serve lunch late. So clearly, capturing good audio is important. But if you really want to make an impression with your audience, you'll need to spend some time in post doing sound design, like adding a music bed or maybe some sound effects. Combine that with your actor's great read, and you've just created something awesome. Think of it as the cherry on top of your award-winning sundae. We wanted to learn more about this underappreciated art form, so we spent some time in the studio with a seasoned pro. Let's check it out.
My name's Rick Sanchez, and I have a company called Post Haste Media. We do all kinds of things dealing with audio, from trailers and promos to music to audio podcasts and radio shows. I was a musician and I wanted to learn how to record my own band. This was back in the 70s. When I started doing music, this is a 2-inch analog tape, and this cost about $125. It would store the top speed, 30 inches per second, 15 minutes of audio, 24 tracks. I have a Western Digital drive that I use quite often that is 4 terabytes. It would store 33 of these. Now, with digital technology, I use almost all the different kinds of storage media, from flash drives to the RAIDs, and I use the cloud. The studios are still very reluctant on unreleased material to send anything over the internet. For obvious reason, it can be stolen. Your computers can't even be connected to the internet, so they have somebody physically bring the drive. Now, to protect the drive, the studios will provide a case, and everybody knows who has what at any given time, because they know that there's only 5 of these hard drives out there. My basic workflow is somebody will send me a trailer that the picture editor has cut. So the picture editor can add a lot of sound effects that they think enhances their story. When I get it, I will listen to those and usually discuss it with the editor, and I may replace, I may add to, or I may subtract from the sounds they have. I did a project that had a dragon in it, and we ended up using elements of a jet engine and an explosion, and I used, I think, part of a lion roar in there. My first hard drive was 20 meg. It cost $700, and it was about the size of a small refrigerator. This is great. I can take this on an airplane with me and be editing on a laptop. This is what I love, is you can get the work done even on a really low budget, and as your needs grow, you can grow into the technology.
Joining us in the studio today is WD brand manager Jason Coe. Jason, thanks for being here today. So in the segment we just saw, Rick talked about how much he relies on WD hard drives. Can you tell us a little more about that?
When we look at an editing environment with our internals and our external drives, things like drop testing are very important to us, because that drive is going to get handed off from one person to the next, like one grip to one grip to go to the studio. And so we look at those different types of environments, as well as like the PC application and a laptop, and how is it spilling, how is it falling. So we have very stringent tests that make sure that the drive can operate at all times correctly.
Speaking of environments, what about when you're on location? One day you might be in a rainforest and one day you might be in a desert. Does that make a difference?
It does. When we look at temperature and humidity that go both hand in hand, making sure that the drive can operate at a proper temperature to make sure that you're maximizing reliability is very important, because obviously you don't want to have any issues down the road. So we operate and we test the drives to very extreme temperature variations to make sure that it can handle any kind of environment that you're trying to shoot in.
I'm picturing you shivering in a very cold environment checking the drive. Okay, so for someone like Rick who's capturing live sound, I imagine he needs it to be as quiet as possible. Is that right?
Yes, acoustics are also very important, not only within your PC application where you don't want a lot of noise going on there, it goes hand in hand with reliability, but when you're in a sound design studio like this and you want to make sure that everything is completely silent, you know, you don't want any kind of other noise going on when you're shooting. So it's very important in those type of scenarios as well.
Yeah, you don't want to get the sound guy mad. All right, thank you so much for being here. Man, it's crazy how much technology goes into just building a drive. All right, everybody, that's it for this episode. You'll find everything you need to know about the My Passport drives and all our other products at WD.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and as always, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. We want to hear from you. Hey, remember to come back for more tips, tricks, and ideas to help keep you creative on the next episode of WD Creator Series.